Rose over to Weary. Not a real good looking possession for Arkansas State here. Weary, he's got to get rid of the ball. Rose comes to it. Shot clock winding down. Pull up at the free throw line. Yes.
And she hits it.
It's time the Thundering Herd gets it to the front court. Lewis Utsi.
Okay, now I don't see that. I can't see that. It just doesn't look like there's very much contact there. But Marshall's going to get the better end.
From the free throw line in the first half. They actually missed their first 5. Arkansas State went just 1 for 4 from the line. This time, Maya Lewis Utsi hits them both. So back to a 7.
Insurmountable. But Arkansas State has the ability to score and score quickly.
Hayden Fields.
That's hit now by Meredith Mayer, their senior from Fairmont, West Virginia.
5 straight for Marshall after the Red Wolves got the first bucket of the half. The lead is double digits. Rose.
In this third quarter. You got to have some stops.
Lewis Utsi with a head of steam through a pass in a crowd that's knocked away, and it'll belong to Arkansas State. That is.
Scores. 6-foot frame out on the perimeter. Nice perimeter player.
Rose, runner in the paint. Crystal Rose get offensive minded. The lead again down to 6.
The third pass they're making it up the sidelines, not the middle.
But Weary a little bit slow to get up.
Yeah, I think maybe knocked in the hip. There was a
first on Ilderton, first Marshall team foul. Rickney and Lewis Utsi are going to sit down here. So is Meredith Mayer. Chesterfield's going to check back in. She was a big spark for Marshall with 9 points in that first half.
Well,
Rose gets the screen from Winter Rogers. A little stutter step and one opportunity for Crystal Rose, who already had.
I mean, she knows when you got to have a bucket. Here's a look at the bucket here. Crystal Rose off bounce and off the back.
Off the mark on the free throw. Arkansas State now is 1 for 5 from the line. Weary nearly another steal.
They just barely.
Drops it down to King. Kick out 3-pointer late in the shot clock is good for Ilchit. Back to a double-digit lead.
Marshall doing a great job there, just working their clock and getting a great shot.
17 for Lewis Utsi on 8 Arkansas State points here in the third quarter, but the Red Wolves haven't gotten enough stops. Marshall 4 for 6 from the floor, including 2 for 3. Bella Weary gets the floater on the mid-range. She's got 7 points, 7 rebounds, and nearly another steal. And that possession was kind of busted up by Bella Weary from the get-go. Even though she didn't get the steal, she kind of got Marshall behind the 8 ball against the shot clock. Arkansas State gets the stop, trying to chip away at what is now a 9-point deficit. Weary to Rose with a jump stop, pass in the crowd.
Winter Rogers, scoreless so far tonight. Need to get her involved. And I think they tried to get her involved at some point, but Marshall doing a good job of.
And Arkansas State gives the turnover right back.
This is the time to.
So here is Lewis Utsi at the line, where she is now 3 for 4 after missing her first. And she gets that to go for her 18th point. Pushes the lead back to 10.
You know, I think Arkansas State is going to have to cut this in half at least. This
4 from deep, but the Red Wolves,
that's much needed bucket right there. Much needed bucket.
Are going to have to get something done on the defensive end, where they've hung their hat for so much of the season.
You know,
keep it with Marshall with 8 on the shot clock. Good defense nice there by A-State, but the arrow keeps with the Thundering Herd, so the job's not done.
Zion Shannon on the bench with 3 fouls. They're really going to have to save her. And free throw line on that one. You know, defenders just need to stay down on the floor, make it tough, stay between them and the bucket. First team all belt this year.
Senior out of Trenton, New Jersey, pushes the lead back to 10, 2:48 to go in the third.
What they do.
Tarver, dangerous pass to Rogers, who took a shot in her broken nose.
Maybe got an elbow to the nose.
She broke her nose earlier in the WNIT and just took a shot right in that mask on that possession. That could not feel very good.
But you know what? We hard.
2:17 to go in the third. A-State needs a stop to keep it a 10-point ball game. And again, Lewis Utsi is going to draw.
Utsi rest time on the bench tonight, keeping her fresh. That's a big part of it.
Marigny got the inbounds pass to Lewis Utsi. Now Mayer, who's back through the hands of Marigny, out of bounds.
They grabbed, okay, I thought it was live there. They needed to grab the ball.
Turnover number 11 is Bella Weary is going to check back in, replacing McAllister. And Blessing, it's a great call to man to these subs by Marshall to try to make sure you got enough in the tank for the fourth quarter against this press.
Right.
Pass found its way to Winter Rogers, and she'll head to the free throw line. Again, and Winter Rogers has had a bit of a love-hate relationship with the free throw line.
She certainly has.
Is there for a couple when the Red Wolves need them.
And they're going to have to keep in mind that she's a three-point shooter out there, likes to shoot the top of the key. Going to have to.
They stayed into the front court, down 9. Rose to Tarver. Mia puts it on the floor. Back out to Rose in the corner.
It's going to be important for them to keep them from scoring, maybe get a stop here.
And they're going to can't save you from the 10 seconds as you see Weary get her 10th point of the night.
Definitely a turnover by the
4. Bella Weary has been a monster for Arkansas State from an energy standpoint. And this place full of energy right now. I don't know how that wasn't a walk, but it turns into a layup for Lewis Utsi.
That is
it off for Winter Rogers, who scores with a foul. With 3 on the shot clock, Arkansas State could get within 1.
Kristen Rose on the assist to Winter Rogers. Winter Rogers finishes with a strong 2 and needs to hit one here at the free throw line in this fourth quarter.
2 point.
Should have had that board down there. I mean, those are the kind of little things that happen.
Rose quickly enters back. Now, the officials did signal that they're going to go back and look to see if Lewis Utsi's 3 beat the shot clock, but the Red has 26. She's the only Thundering Herd player in double figures at the moment. King, rolled off into the hands of Crystalline Rose. And
she got it
looked
off.
like she got it off. Crowd giving the officials a big earful on that travel call against Rose, who came right back after that 3 and hit a bucket for her. And again, Lewis Utsi right into the chest of Crystalline Rose. She's got 28.
You know, I don't know what else Crystalline Rose can do. You know, she might.
Mayer picked it up along the sideline. Now it's 2-on-1. And again, it's Ruddock who goes in there and forces a miss without fouling.
Yes, she's been good on the back end of that press. 3 minutes, they need to at least get this thing tied up.
Let's give it to Weary in the left corner. She fires it now over to Tarver. 5 with 6:31 to go. The Red Wolves have trailed all night long, but this Mia Tarver bucket makes it a 1.
Not really worked out for them.
Ruddock for the tie, long. A-State tried to catch Marshall sleeping, but Ruddock didn't hit the shot. So it all sort of works out in the wash. Lewis Utsi, again, too strong. Rebound. But the arrow kept it with the Red Wolves, so they'll have it here, still down 3 and a bunch of time to go.
Yeah. Really move that ball. They're getting a little bit of defensive look.
And then she threw a long pass that Ilderton darted in front of and picked it off. A-State's turned it over here now for the 17th time.
Yeah, they have been plagued by turnovers, particularly in the first half.
Who got her own miss and gave it to Bella Weary. The lead is 1.
An assist.
Waters had an open look. It was knocked away from behind enough to force the miss, but she stuck with it and got it to Bella Weary, who now has 14 points.
Sit back to Bella Weary for the finish. Now you got a situation there where Marshall's called timeout. Arkansas State gets to set their defense again.
Unbelievable.
Yeah. They're up and they are on it.
Winner Rogers. Now here's Mayer over Shannon. Three-pointer is a huge one.
She's the big-time scorer when you need her. Yeah, Marshall on 4. They're going to need really in need of a bucket right here.
Rose got up in the air, had the pass deflected, but it's
place on that floor that they're able to have from the floor to the ceiling of this gym.
Ilderton knocks down the first free throw. The lead is 6, and A-State needs another spurt. Red Wolves had it within 1, but Marshall's got the last 5.
One is close as they got. It was
the rebound, and now a stop is almost imperative for A-State. Keep this a 2-score game.
Not a call that, you know.
Maybe she moved. And that's going to be a foul on McCollis.
Some very fortunate things.
And that's one right there.
There's another one.
I mean, just a no-look shot, basically, thrown up and in by Ilderton to push the lead back to 8.
I'd say if the luck was there, they'd had it. They had it all. Yeah.
And now the Red Wolves are up against it as the lead is up to 10. And now all of a sudden you're down, you look up and the clock hasn't stopped much. There's only a minute and a half to go.
Yeah.
Big, big answer for Marshall when the Red Wolves had the momentum and had this place rocking.
Yeah, had cut it to 1 and really Marshall has really weathered.
And in Arkansas State, among other problems, Red Wolves are 2 for 10 from the free throw line tonight.
Yeah, that's the killer.
And you've been behind all night. You need points every way you can get them, and you go 2 for 10 at the second, third, and fourth rounds of this tournament. Home teams were 23 and 5, but one of the 5 road teams to get a win was Marshall. And they're closing in perhaps on a second road win, and it would close out a night where both road teams won games in the Fab Four.
Yeah. A lot of the unlucky things that has happened to the Red Wolves tonight. I mean, Coach Fultz and the Thundering Herd, they have really dodged a bullet when they had cut it to.
Monster tonight, 28 points on 10 of 18 shooting. And the Sun Belt's leading scorer, as why not get a Bella Weary steal and a layup.
Well, that'll cut it to 8.
Marshall will take the timeout to advance it to the front court. But right now, Lewis Utsi is the only Marshall player in double
scoring. Kristen Rose has 16. Bella Weary has 16. You got a bad start, 3 fouls in the first half on Shannon. Zion Shannon has 2 points in the ball game, Brad, and that's somebody that has to score in order for them to win. They need 3 or 4.
Coach held to 2 points on 1 of 5 shooting.
Yeah, she said so one field goal. One field goal.
And not even on the floor here.
Right.
Ilderton's going to get fouled by Chrislyn Rose. That'll be the 3rd on Rose, the 4th Arkansas State team foul. Again, Arkansas State had this down to a 1-point lead. And Marshall, again, just put the game on the shoulders of its defense. That and then just kind of burying its head and going to the basket.
You know, Coach Fultz just sat down, get drinking.
Here he gives that foul, but it was in the hands of Tamaya Lewis Utsi, who could go hit 2 free throws and bump her. And she's now 1 free throw away.
And, you know, she ended up being 4th in the NCAA in steals. She had 112. And Sunbelt's leading scorer on the year. She's proven that she is the leading scorer in the Sunbelt. She has, as you said, 29-30. Obviously a bigger player, though, with 7 rebounds.
And in the end, a quarter Arkansas State has dominated. The first quarter, when they were plus 32 in the first quarter of their 3 WNIT wins, it's going to be the first quarter that kind of helps be the Red Wolves' undoing. They trailed by 11 at the end of the first frame. As Rose gives it to Weary, her corner 3 is good. Bella Weary knocks down the 3 for her 19th point first game against Marshall. So still just 25% shooting from beyond the arc. But Weary not going down without a fight. She's 8 of 11 from the floor, has 7 rebounds to go along with her 19 points, and also what she's done defensively, as she's now has 5 steals to go along with the rest of those numbers.
Well, here we've got Marshall will obviously get this possession in the.
So Lewis Utsi will have a chance to add to her 30.9. And we'll see the 2 rebounders, King and Yeast, check. Marshall had hit 12 of their next 14 until that miss. Lewis Utsi comes back with 1 for her 30.